My name's DrDangerzone. Yes, I'm a real doctor. No, I don't just play one on Twitch TV. And in today's KingsRaid video, we'll be talking about what's happening in KingsRaid and the KingsRaid community this third week of December after their scheduled maintenance. Emergency maintenance, iOS delay. However, don't worry, we'll talk compensation. But first, please join the Danger Zone. I must confess, it's easy to do. Just follow these steps. 1. Hit that sub box. 2. I'll put junk in that box. 3. Make her open the box. And that's the way you do it.
Lana. 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 Lana!
What? Danger Zone?
We have a lot to cover today, and I never have enough time, so let's just jump right into it. Please remember, as always, timestamps will be in the description, as well as links to any shoutouts or other content that I think is worth your time. So maintenance was completed for Android users per usual, but there seemed to be a small oversight, so they did have to take the game back down for a little emergency maintenance. However, you were compensated 300 rubies in your inbox for it, so free rubies. That is, unless you're an iOS user like myself, in which case we were basically locked out of the game for an entire day. The App Store update was not available, and whenever we got redirected to the App Store, it just said open, and there was no update. So we had to wait for Vespa to coordinate with Apple until that update was available for us. GM Orville made a specific post about the App Store iOS update delay and mentions how the compensation will be distributed and delivered. Unfortunately, also, like myself, if you were able to boot up KingsRaid in a non-iOS device, aka an Android emulator or otherwise, you will likely not be able to receive any of this compensation. However, if you weren't able to, you will receive additional boss tickets, additional guild tickets, additional coupons from the Wishbox event dungeon, field tanks from the Pansi dungeon, guild conquest participation, daily mission rewards, and 300 rubies. Now, there's been some discussions among some of the forums and people in the comments saying that they felt like that this compensation didn't adequately cover all the things that they might have missed out on because of how the event dungeon unlocks, and I haven't seen any official comment on this at this point. Another reason people might not be able to access the game is because they did another massive ban wave. GM Orville posted yesterday about this long list of people who got banned from all the different servers with their names partially hidden for anonymity. And it is worth noting that not only are they banning people for using modding programs and altering scripts in the game, but they're also monitoring and banning people for refund abusing. Now, this is something that is not entirely uncommon in mobile or gacha games, but it is worth noting that if you request refunds through the app stores, that you might be banned for this. Now, while this probably doesn't apply to many of you, it is still worth noting that any mobile game gacha system or just regular video game gacha system is essentially gambling. Therefore, it is in your best interest not to bet or spend any money that you are not willing to lose for essentially getting nothing, as disappointing or as unfortunate as that may be, particularly if you need that money or you had an expectation. Now we'll review all the events that are going on in the second part of December for KingsRaid. This is all according to GM Orville's note. He said, "Greeting raiders, please find the details for the 2019 last events. Enjoy raiding with various kinds of events." The 2019 Christmas Green Note is available to review and read in the events section in-game in KingsRaid. However, the prizes will not be available to collect until the 25th through the 31st. Similar to previous years, the gifts this year are very generous and include a unique weapon ticket, a unique treasure ticket, as well as some money and some rubies. The Let's Read Your New Year's Fortune event starts on December 27th and runs till January 5th. For this event, you'll need to use special item summon times 1 and then claim the reward to get a special item summon times 10. If you do this 5 days in a row, at the end of that, you'll be able to claim a all-in-one summon times 10. Now remember, the first special item summon times 1 each day is free. So if you do this, you'll be able to get 50 special item summons for free, plus 1 all-in-one summon times 10. From now until December 23rd, there are bonus legendary gear drops, there are gear grind bonuses, as well as increased gold dust drops for your repositorium gold bars. Make sure you stock up on gears for these events because of the events that'll take their place. Starting on the 24th, these events are replaced by Gear Reforged discounts, Option Enhancement discounts, as well as Gear Awakening discounts. Take this opportunity with the holidays or some additional time to play KingsRaid so that you can stock up on gear, as well as max min the stats on it the following weeks. The last part of GM Orville's note is the don't put off today's daily mission until tomorrow event. This is the perfect time to make sure you're doing all the daily missions available to you so that you can get as many of the points as possible. With the points, you can spend them on either Gladys Supply Box, Loman Supply Box, or Dosarta Supply Box, each featuring slightly different items that you could get from each box with a different special item featured, probably with the lowest chance to get, but nonetheless, worth a shot. It takes at least 3 points to make one attempt from a supply box, so make sure you're doing all your daily missions so you get the most amount of points. Now, if you don't have time to do all the daily missions, make sure you check out my daily routine guide linked in my YouTube channel so that you can know how to at least get all the rubies available to you every day. This event will run from January 1st until January 14th. Now let's move on to the special Christmas events and Christmas event dungeons that'll be going on. GM Orville posted, "Greetings Raiders, 2019 Christmas Dungeon is finally here. Are you ready to enjoy special stories and various types of rewards? Let's roll the final event dungeon in 2019. The 2019 Christmas event, Troublesome Wish Box, will run from December 17th until January 7th, before the maintenance. You can enter the dungeon via the NPC in Central Orville, who is definitely not a deer. When you enter the event, there will be 2 dungeons, a story dungeon and a special dungeon. To unlock the special dungeon, you'll need to play through all the story mode versions of the story dungeon. There are 7 story dungeons and 3 special dungeons. You must complete all 7 of the story dungeons in order before you can unlock the special dungeons. It's also very important to note that there are only 2 keys each day that are refreshed every night at midnight, and you cannot recharge them any other way. At this point, I've only played a couple stages of the story dungeon this year, but I have to say, I have been very entertained. There's a lot of comedy, and the visual novel style reads very well. It seems like they've really been improving what they've been able to put out, and I look forward to seeing more like this and seeing what the rest of the storyline has to offer. Once I complete it, I'll be including the complete storyline on my YouTube channel. Make sure to check it out, link will be in the description. Make sure you unlock the special dungeons as quickly as possible because they have a separate entrance fee of stamina and limited to 20 entries a day where you can accumulate rewards and repeat rewards. These Christmas Dungeon Event Shop have a lot of wonderful rewards inside to be claimed, including unique weapon tickets, costumes, and accessories. Additionally, golden keys can be collected through the event shop. These golden keys grant entry to a separate dungeon called the Unexpected Present Dungeon, also in Central Orville, located between the Panserone dungeon as well as the Guy Who Isn't a Deer. This dungeon has drops that include mystical soul fragments, unique weapon fragments, unique treasure fragments, as well as the potential to get unique weapon tickets up to 2 stars, as well as unique treasure tickets up to 2 stars. Now, I imagine these rates are very low, but again, you never know what'll happen, so you might as well get the keys and you might as well run the dungeon. Best of luck! The new Christmas event artifact is the new Type Thruster. This artifact says that when your character is inflicted by CC, it'll reduce their self cooldowns of all their skills by 5 seconds and recover 500 mana every second for 3 seconds. This event artifact has a cooldown of 20 seconds. I can see a lot of potential for how you might use that, and at high star levels, that might get a little strong. In case you were wondering, with the update, they did add a lot of new things for you to spend your hard-earned money on. So, because there's so many things, and because this isn't everyone's cup of tea, I don't judge. You spend if you want, you don't spend if you don't want. However, I will point out that they did add some things, and be sure to check it out if that's something that interests you. I'll give a quick overview of the patch notes from December 17th update. GM Marvel says, "Greeting Raiders, the latest patch for 2019 is here. Now, it looks like they'll be ending support for some operating systems below Android 4.4. The new Christmas costumes second batch are here, and their effect is EXP acquisition plus 3%. There are 9 heroes, and we did a sneak peek and coverage on the channel already, but be sure to check out these costumes for these heroes if any of them are up your alley and you're feeling the holiday season. The 2019 Special Edition Christmas accessories have also been added. Says there are 4 of them. Tree headband, ribbon headband, Rudolph headband, and a gift package bag body. Be sure to check those out if you want to have your characters in the holiday spirit. Just a brief overview of some of the adjustments and improvements they've made to the game. Rahartna will now be available in the Heroes Inn. World Boss Xanadus Abyssal Core HP is going to increase. The early chapter 1 through 6 battle balance has been adjusted, and it mostly looks like it's nerfed to make it easier for newer players to get through that content. Some nice little quality of life improvement. Experience will now be acquired by heroes even if they die during battle as long as you win. Additionally, as long as you win the battle, even dead heroes will do their posing victory motions. The Guild War Regular Season 2 is now closed, and Regular Season 3 will pick up December 24th and run till March 2nd. It looks like Android users might have been having some trouble getting their system push notifications, but it looks like they're working on that issue. The in-game customer service menu is getting improved, where basically instead of having to provide all the information for them, when you try to send a customer service inquiry, all your game information will be provided automatically. Server, game ID, nickname, operating system, etc. They fixed Arch Soul Weapon Advanced Level 2 tip drill. And Advanced Level 2 tooltip errors. It's a little tongue-tire tooltip. Effect was not working properly once you... I don't know if I want to read all this. Looks like they also fixed a couple issues where effects were not being applied appropriately, as well as an issue where for all those car lovers, shoutouts Vinny. Apparently you couldn't change the anti-personnel mode under some circumstances during siege mode. Ah, that sounds terrible. Good news for all those players from 2018. It's finally time to cash in on that 2018 Christmas reward that we've been holding on to and we didn't know what it was for. For those who have the seal, unique weapon ticket ×2 and random soul ticket ×2 will be distributed. If you don't have the seal, don't fret. You'll still get 1 unique weapon ticket and 1 random soulstone ticket. Those are the patch notes for 2019. On the Plug Cafe, shoutouts to Flame F for posting their artwork that they made for A Christmas Tanya. I myself am a pretty big fan of Tanya, and so I was really excited to see someone make this wonderful artwork. Also, shoutouts on the Plug Cafe to user Shal, who wrote this very well written post about why people should kind of relax and not get so upset about what was going on with the app update getting delayed in the iOS store. Personally being affected by the iOS store, it was a little frustrating, but I think this post really categorizes why, we should try to be understanding of the situation and maybe be more positive about the KingsRaid community and positive with the game managers. Shoutouts to the Reddit. Shoutouts to Reddit user Mr. Henry SRC, who has finally achieved 5-star unique weapon and can be the overpowered anime protagonist they always wanted to be. Last shout out also on Reddit to user MasterPra HD or MasterProd, who finally finished collecting all the heroes. Congratulations. I think I'm somewhere in the ballpark of like 12 or so that I need to collect, but most of those are NPC heroes, so it's going to take me a long time. Hats off to you and congratulations on your achievement. That's all we really have time for in today's video, but next video, we'll be talking about some of the exciting things coming in January 2020, including the new character, Kibera. Kibera? I don't really know. And things on KingsRaid Official. Their YouTube channel has been releasing some interesting content, and if you haven't had a chance to check it out, make sure you do. I'll have a link in the description, and we'll talk about it next time. But until next time, keep it locked into the Danger Zone!
And that's the way you do it, Troublesome Box. Trouble wish box, baby. Troublesome wish some box. Ooh. Troublesome wish some box, baby. Troublesome box. Troublesome wish box. It's a troublesome box. Troublesome wish box.